The Big Talker, 1210 WPHT.
Hi there, we welcome you to CBSPhilly.com, and this is the Big Talker 1210 WPHT's virtual home show. I'm Bob Bombera. We're glad you're joining us online. We got a couple of guys in studio here that we're really happy to introduce to you and have them talk a little bit about what they do in the plumbing world. First, joining us from Ben Franklin Plumbing are a couple of the franchise owners for Ben Franklin Plumbing. The guys joining me here in the studio are Ron Williams and Jim Devine. Ron and Jim, guys, thanks for being with us here on the virtual home show on CBSPhilly.com. First and foremost, give us a little bit of background on Ben Franklin Plumbing. As I mentioned, you're franchise owners. Who do you represent? What areas do you represent?
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here, Bob. I'm out of the Wilmington, Delaware, and Pennsylvania, Delaware County, and Chester County areas. We own territories, and that's where my territory covers. I've been doing this for about 8 years now as a franchise, and Jim is out of the Voorhees area.
Correct. I've been in Benjamin Franklin for about 8 months now. Ron's been in since the beginning. So,
tell us a little bit for maybe some of our viewers here at CBSPhilly.com about Ben Franklin Plumbing, the franchises. What separates in your mind? What separates the plumbers, the business owners, the franchise owners at Ben Franklin Plumbing, maybe from some others that maybe might be more well-known or people have heard about? In your mind, what separates you guys?
I think a big thing is the standards that we have to uphold as Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. All of our plumbers come drug tested, background checked. They have thousands of hours of training, whether it's customer service training, technical training on NORITs. All of our guys are also shoe covers, booties, white shirts, blue pants. Everybody that we hire really cares about the customer, and that really comes from the Ben Franklin culture that we've established over the years.
and we offer 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So,
Wow.
That's
Well,
a great guarantee.
we're going to be mentioning this, and people are going to see this on the screen here at CBSPhilly.com. Easiest way to contact you guys, website, numbers, how would you have people contact you the best way?
That's a great question. We have one phone number is going to be 877-527-9291, and you can also do the www.tristatetankless.com for NORITs, and also www.benjaminfranklinplumbing.com.
Okay, you mentioned the NORITs. Now, this is the NORITs tankless gas water heater that maybe a lot of people, it's been getting a lot of buzz, I know. First question I know people are going to want to have is, okay, Ron, Jim, why a NORITs tankless gas water heater over a tank water heater? What's the difference, and why would someone want the tankless version?
Well, first of all, space. You have a big tank water heater. Now you're putting a third of the size water heater in.
Now they're usually like 75 gallons, 100 gallons.
It'll fit, 40 to 100 gallons. They have them in range, but we're talking about a water heater that's about the size of a briefcase. So space is a huge issue.
And that water heater will actually hang on a wall out of the way where your tankless or where your tank type water heater was sitting on the ground, probably out in the middle of your basement, taking up all this extra free space that you could use for storage, where the new tankless can go right on the wall, piece of cake, vent it right outside. It really is out of your way. Or it can go in a closet as well.
Now, pretend I don't know anything about plumbing, which actually I don't know anything about plumbing, so I don't have to pretend. What's the big difference? How do you have a tankless heater? I mean, I have the regular tank hot water heater, is this big 50-gallon thing in my basement. At times it's leaked on me. I've had problems in the past. How do you get to the tankless technology? Can you explain that in a simple fashion for a guy like me?
Well, what happens with the tank? You heat up the water all day, whether you're not home using it or you're at work. You're still heating that water up. With the tankless, you're not heating it up. It's an on-demand system. When you turn the faucet on and call for hot water, that's when it gets turned on. Therefore, you save energy.
So regardless of getting water up to a second floor, even a third floor in some cases, that it's hot water instantaneously.
It still will take a little bit of time to get up to your faucet if you don't have a recirc line on there, but yes, it does. The hot water does kick on.
Now, explain to me why it's important to have master plumbers, guys at Ben Franklin Plumbing, install something like this. What's the difference in the installers? I mean, why is it important to have Ben Franklin plumbers install these NORITs gas water heaters, these tankless water heaters?
That goes back to your training. All of our guys have been certified through NORITs to install their product, to sell their product as well. You just can't take a NORITs water heater and throw it on a wall and hook it up. You have to make sure the piping sized properly, the gas piping sized properly for this system. If you try to do it and you don't do it right, you will have some issues with it. But with the Norwitz itself, it's a lot easier to install. It's more compatible with your gas lines and your water lines than other tankless brands as well.
Now, as far as the world of tankless gas water heaters, how does Norwitz fit into that? I mean, are you guys, is Norwitz known for this? Is this like part of their history?
Norwitz has been doing it since 1951. They are the world's leader in tankless technology, and I don't see them getting any smaller or stopping it anytime soon. It's a great product with great technical, and they back their product up with their technical side as well when you do have an issue, which is few and far between.
Hey, we're glad you're joining us here on CBSPhilly.com. Bob Bombero, we got the guys from Ben Franklin Plumbing with us, Ron Williams and Jim Devine. We're talking about the Norwitz tankless gas water heaters. You can get more information. Ron, give me the website again, Tri-State.
www.tristatetankless.com.
Okay, and the phone number is 877-527-9291. I know these Ben Franklin Norwitz tankless water heaters, you guys install these a lot, but you have a number of other services that I know you'd like to let folks know about as well. What are some of those services?
We offer a full range of plumbing. We do anything from a simple faucet repair to a full sewer replacement, water line replacement.
What are the key things you think if someone's like considering these services, a homeowner, when they're trying to weigh plumbers? You know, they go into the yellow pages, go online. What should they be thinking about? I mean, obviously experience is one thing. You mentioned, Ron, some things earlier, but are there any other things when they're trying to weigh, you know, plumbing companies to do these kind of services? What else should they should keep in mind?
Absolutely, Bob. One of the things with Benjamin Franklin Plumbing is we have a guarantee. You don't pay us until you're satisfied. So no matter what happens, we come in, we give you the price for the work. If we don't do the job properly and you're not satisfied with that job, you can come back to us and say, hey, guys, I need to get this fixed. If the guy's in the house at the time and you're not satisfied, don't pay us until he makes it right for you. And that's the difference with Ben Franklin.
I think one of our strongest suits are we have a third-party company that backs our guarantee. It's called the U-Win, and if you're not satisfied with the service that we provided you, there's a number that you could call which takes us out of the equation and makes a homeowner feel a lot happier.
Is that unusual, or do a lot of companies have that, or?
No, you have to be part of the organization to do that as part of the franchise with the U-Win program, yes.
So let's just say you guys at Ben Franklin install one of these Norwitz tankless gas water heaters in a home. After that completion is done, you take the homeowner through that, check everything with the homeowner. If they're happy with it, they put sort of their seal of approval on it. And if they're not happy with it, they have a process to follow through on.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
We'll make every attempt to fix it, but if they're not happy with the situation, they do have another source to go to put their mind at ease and know that they're going to be taken care of properly.
You know, I just thought of one thing, and I probably should ask this earlier, about where actually you install these tankless water heaters. Do they go in the basement, same spots as a normal tank water heater would go, or do you find other places for them?
Again, normally your regular tank water heater is going to go somewhat in the middle of the basement or in a corner, where the tankless is actually going to be put on a wall down in your basement that's towards the outside. So it's a lot better for space saving, and it's a much easier installation. It's out of the way for everybody.
How long does the installation take? Is it intrusive to the homeowner? Do you have to rip out some walls? Do you have to blow through some foundation wall or anything to install these things?
No, it's a very painless process. We come in. It usually takes probably 6 to 8 hours. It's a full day.
Okay.
And sometimes you have to change the gas line to get it up to code and make everything right. But it's about a day, 6 to 8 hours.
And how long? I mean, do they have the same kind of guarantees as far as service that comes with with a water heater? What's the traditional?
Well, standard tank is 6 years.
Okay.
For a standard tank. Norwitz offers a 12-year warranty, and Ben Franklin offers 5 years parts and labor.
5 years parts and labor. Wow. The installation discounts and the federal tax credit. Give us kind of a clean overview of what that is and how that can affect homeowners watching us here at CBSPhilly.com.
Great question, Bob. What we have now going until December 31st. So you have about 6 weeks left. Federal government is giving a 30% tax credit up to $1,500 on a tankless or any green efficiency products installed in your home. And that is running out December 31st, and we don't know if they're going to extend it or not, but it's coming to an end here.
Okay, so go ahead, Jim.
We're offering a $300 discount to Ben Franklin till the end of the year with the tax credit.
Okay, so this is a really terrific offer. I mean, if somebody had ever considered a Norwitz tankless heater, I mean, this is the time to do it, to take advantage of this.
Absolutely. One of the nice things is once you put that tax credit on top of or deduct it from the cost of the tankless water heater installation, you're almost at the point now to a regular water heater installation. So your energy savings over the years is just going to be able to pay for itself very, very quickly with that tankless at Norris.
Well, you just touched on an important topic there. I mean, everyone's looking to try to save a couple bucks if they got to, front it now, but if it's going to pay for itself and X amount of time, and then they start really saving money, that's really what it's about.
Well, as far as Ben Franklin goes, I mean, you get it's a run of the gamut. You get the experience, you get the professionalism of the company, you get all the hours backed by the training that we give our employees, and the customer service that they're taught and they really, really believe in. So you get that where I don't think you get that with your normal plumbing companies as you would with Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
How long do you spend with your new employees coming in and training them on the Norwich tankless? I mean, how long does that usually take?
For me, in my company, none of the guys get to sell it unless they are actually flown out to St. Louis where we do our corporate training. They have several days worth of tankless training there. And then when we come back, we also get with the actual Norwich tankless manufacturer, and then they go through their own training as well. Wow. And that takes several days as well in different intervals.
So when your plumbers are out in the street, I mean, they hit the ground running. Yep. Even if they're new to the company, new to Ben Franklin Plumbing, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they have to.
There's no sort of learning curve on the job, no on-the-job training. They know it when they're out there.
A normal technician, when he comes into the company, he's going to ride with a supervisor or a main tech for at least 2 weeks before he even gets his own truck. And then from there, the supervisor is going to ride with him for a couple weeks to make sure that he knows what he's doing and he's treating the customer the way he's supposed to.
Well, guys, we've been getting a lot of great information here. Ron Williams and Jim Devine of Ben Franklin Plumbing. You've been watching the virtual home show here on cbsphilly.com. Guys, one more time for our viewers here online, just if they want to know more about the Norwich tankless water heaters, maybe they're interested in having them installed, how do they get more information? And again, talk about, Ron and Jim, your regions, again, where you represent.
Well, first of all, Benjamin Franklin Plumbing serves all the big talkers' entire area. In order to get to us, it's 877-527-9291 or www.tristatetankless.com. And my company serves the Newcastle County, Wilmington, Delaware area, as well as Chester County and Delaware County, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, my company serves southern New Jersey, Camden, Burlington, them counties down there.
Okay, again, Ron Williams, Jim Devine. The company is Ben Franklin Plumbing. It's the Norwich tankless gas water heater that we've been talking about here on cbsphilly.com, all part of the Big Talker 1210 virtual home show. My name is Bob Bombera. Again, I want to thank Ron and Jim for joining us here online, and hope you give the guys a call. Again, the number is 877-527-9291 or tristatetankless.com. We'll have much more to come here on the virtual home show here at cbsphilly.com. Stick around.
The Big Talker, 1210 WPHT.